Spirit Panel, everyone. Hello and welcome to another beautiful Women's Spirit Panel discussion. These are deep dives with some of our top speakers, and I know for sure that your hearts are going to be expanded with this beautiful panel. So, welcome to this Women's Spirit Panel. I've got this theme of joy happening here, I think, with this particular panel. So, this is what I'm calling this one, the Joyful Panel. Ladies, welcome. It is so good to have you.
So happy to
Thank
be
you so
here.
much.
Yeah.
Oh,
Glad
it's
to be
great to
here.
be here.
I love this. So let me just go straight into introducing these incredible women. We're going to start with Bessie. Bessie Estonactoc is a certified spiritual mentor, hypnotherapist, and sacred death care guide. She's a former licensed therapist, and she helps women navigate life transitions, trust their intuition, and transform their relationship with life and death to create lives of meaning and wholeness. So, Bessie, I am so thrilled to have you here. Thank you for being here. And
Good.
tell us a little bit about what you see happening in this community.
Oh my goodness. I love this community. There are so many women that have such beautiful, beautiful gifts. And what I love is that everybody brings something unique and different, but powerful and potent to the table. And I just love that everybody has such different skills, abilities, and passions that they're intuitively guided to. And it's a really beautiful thing. So I
Oh,
love
I absolutely agree. I love seeing the diversity of interests and passions. And when we come together, something really powerful happens. Thanks, Bessie. All right, let's go to Stacy next. I'm introducing Stacy Niedenthal. She's a child of God, evidential medium, spiritual healer, women's retreat facilitator, and author of two books. I think we can see one of them in the background there. And she helps others find peace and solace through helping them navigate their way back home when home isn't the same after loss. Stacy, I'm so thrilled to have you here. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
What do you feel like the times we're in right now? Like we're in big times. What do you feel is happening around us right now?
We really are in big times, and there's this paradigm shift that I feel coming. We've kind of been in the dark for so long, but I feel like all of a sudden we're tapping into what's important within ourselves and able to be of service to others. And I feel like that's going to be the big shift that's coming. The healers are going to rise basically and heal, and just it's going to be amazing.
Oh, I love hearing that because I feel like Women's Spirit Festival is like a foundational piece for that rising to happen. So
Absolutely.
thank you. Yeah, really beautiful. And I'm loving the moon symbols. As we're doing this interview, it's full moon today. So this is a
Absolutely.
powerful moment, a really powerful moment. And Arianne de Rond, Arianne, it's so exciting to have you here. She is the founder of Joyful Support and the author of the book Be the Change for Your Dog. Ariana believes that any dog lover can stop barking, no shock collar needed. And I know how much passion she has for dogs. And it's what I see her doing behind the scenes. It's awakening people into their own leadership through the relationship with their dogs. So it's really beautiful. Ariana, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for being here. I love to be in this beautiful community where everybody is lifted up, get a
Yeah.
chance, even gets the confidence to do what they love to do.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit more, Ariana, about the work that you do. What is the transformation that people get and their dogs when they come working with you?
Oh, I love to tell about that. That is my passion. Dogs are part of our lives, and it's so easy to blame them for all the things they do not right for us. But what if they send us the messages and maybe what we see in them is not about the dogs, but it's helping us to see what we didn't see before.
Right.
So when your dog
Yes.
has a challenge for you, look at that message because it might awaken something in you, and it you will become a better person, a confident person, a person that believes there's hope. Your dog
Hmm.
can help you with that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful relationship. How many dog owners have we got in the house? Put the breed of your dog in the comments right now. Like, who's your dog? What's their name? What kind of dog are they? Put that in the comments down below. Stacy, tell us more about the work that you do.
So I'm an evidential medium, spiritual translator. So I connect people with their loved ones on the other side. I help facilitate speaking engagements and help people open up to what their abilities are. A
Wow.
lot of shadow work, a lot of healing, but it allows you to know that even though your loved one is no longer here, they're still here and there's still that connection.
Wow. So important. And what kind of breakthroughs do you see your clients having when they know that, like that connection is there?
It's amazing. Especially, and I don't want to like single out specific people, but parents who have lost children. I had this grandmother a couple years ago whose grandson was killed in a car accident, and after the reading, and it was a small group, she came over to me and she hugged me and said, "You changed my life. I know he's okay now."
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know what to do with that, but you know what? That's what I was supposed to do, and that's what that message was supposed to do for her.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
it's amazing to see people coming to me and they're kind of heavy, and when they leave, they're like, I feel so light.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a huge transformation with that.
Yeah, that calmness and that security. Thank you so much for that. It's a perfect segue into the work that Bessie does as a sacred death care guide as well. So, Bessie, tell us about your work.
You know, I was I was called to do this work this year. Um, and it's been a part of what I've been doing for a long time, but there's been a lot of nudging from spirit like do it. So I help families who are um, whose family, maybe there's a family member that is about to transition, and as a sacred death care guide, I help them learn how to be able to navigate death in a way that's very sacred, as opposed to not talking about it, because
Mm.
it's a very hard thing to talk about death, and I like to do it in a way that's loving. I use rituals, and it's just a really important thing to know that at some point we're going to leave this earth. That's we're going to transition back to spirit, and so if we can live well and love well and die fully and in a sacred way, that's my mission. That's my mission on this earth right
Beautiful.
now. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for the work that you do and being able to talk about the things that are taboo in our culture and our society. This brings it forward. And women in this event are also talking about the challenges that they've been through, and it sheds light on it. Bessie, why don't you start us off for this one? What is something that you've walked through that's been a challenge for you that has made you who you are today?
Well, I want to talk about my relationship with my mom. She lived with us in Hawaii for 7 years. I live in California now, but she came over when she was in her late 70s. And so she lived with us for 7 years. And and our relationship was pretty good. It was pretty good. It could have been better, but I'm glad that we were able, she was my teacher. So the last few years of her life, I can see her totally just, you know, declining in health. God, I can feel her with me right now. Um, I was able to talk about death with her. And coming from a Filipino background culture, we don't talk about that kind of stuff. It's just not talked about. And so I was able to help her because being that I was in hospice and everything like that, I had some skills to be able to just say, open up the throat chakra, open up your heart, Bessie, and share with your mom what death is all about, and really have her feel not so alone, you know? And so when I was able to talk to her about that, she took ownership and agency of calling the funeral home to have someone come over, choose her music, choose her flowers. I mean, everything.
Wow.
I think that helped her to just really know that, okay, I'm going to take ownership of this. And I told her, Mom, we're gonna connect even after you leave this earth. And so that to me was just so transformational in the sense that I was able to feel confident and courageous to talk about death with my mother, to know that, to let her know that our spirit and our soul lives on, and that death is not the finality, and that we leave this earth at some point. But how about having like I felt with my mom, have her leave this earth with a sense of love and care and just sacred
Mm,
devotion to her. Yeah. So
yeah.
that transformed my life for sure. For sure.
Thank you. Thank you for speaking about it. How many of the rest of you listening and watching can relate? Just put relate in the comments down below, right? And
Absolutely.
I'm thinking of you, Stacy. Like you probably have so much to say about this topic. Do you want to jump in?
Well, what I've found is with my clients when their parents or their loved ones are sick for a long time, the last thing they want to do is talk to them about dying. But a lot of times that person wants to talk about dying.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
if you say, "Oh, no, 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 let's not talk about that," then you've taken their control away from them, their independence away from them. And I've helped people transition from this life to the next life with families who just either couldn't be there for one reason or another, heart centered. They came in, said their goodbyes, and then I stayed until they transitioned and, did prayers and talked to them.
Wow.
But what I find when I'm talking to spirit and when they come through, they're so happy that their person allowed them to speak as if they were still alive in that body and to
Yes.
talk about what was bothering them
Yeah.
instead of saying, "Oh, no, no, we're not going to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that."
Yes.
So it's a beautiful thing. It's a difficult thing when you're losing someone, absolutely. But it's not about you, it's about them.
Mm,
And if they want to tell you their favorite story, or don't you dare play this song at my funeral, or I don't want, just listen to it and
yeah.
say, "Tell me a story. What's something I don't know?" I have a friend of mine who's, when her mom was passing, she got out all these photos and she said, "Mom, you can't die until I know everybody in these photos."
I love
And
that.
she wrote the names on the back, but it got a conversation going instead of "Mom's dying."
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Tell us the
Yeah.
stories. Tell
Beautiful.
us the stories. Thanks for
Yeah,
that.
tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we've
absolutely.
all been through so very much that has formed who we are. Stacey, how did you come to be doing what you're doing? Was there something that you had to walk through that was challenging?
I had a lot that I had to walk through, but I didn't know I had to walk through it. I thought I had already gone through and put it in my past and everything was cool beans. And I started having um, horrible panic attacks and anxiety attacks, like 15 and 20 of them a day. I couldn't leave the house. I didn't want to stay at the house. My husband had to take down all the ticking clocks because it made my world feel like it was closing in. I would feel like my throat was swelling. I felt like I was leaving my body. Like I went to my doctor. I thought it was schizophrenic.
Mhm.
And not until after my mom passed that I went and saw a medium. And one of my talks is I talked to a medium for a year one night. But when I went to this medium and she explained my mom and she brought all this information in, but then she wanted to talk to me after the session. And I thought, oh my God, I'm in trouble with the woo woo woman. But she started explaining my panic attacks and the ticking clocks. And she told me that spirit was tapping on my shoulder and I was ignoring it. So I either needed to open up or shut it down. Otherwise, I'd go crazy, which I felt like I was.
Yeah.
And once I opened up and once I trusted and allowed, it's been 11 years since I've had a panic attack or an anxiety attack.
Mm,
They were just saying, it's almost like they were shaking me, saying, "Pay attention to me."
pay
But,
attention. Yeah.
you know,
Thanks, Stacey. It's a wake-up
it's,
call. I wonder how many
it,
of our
it
women
really was.
watching and listening have that or are in the midst of it right now. put awakening if you're just like, sometimes things are feeling too intense and maybe you're being tapped on the shoulder for something. Yeah, thanks, Stacey. Ariana, what about you?
Yeah.
What challenges have you been through that have shaped who you are today?
Oh, I think my biggest friends in my whole life were my dogs, my animals, because they were the only ones who understood who I am. They didn't judge me, they didn't compare. It was so much easier to be me with them. So that's where it all started. I felt much better with animals around me than any other person,
Yeah, and
even
you've
family.
always had animals around you.
I did. I did. And all kind of animals. It wasn't just dogs. I did farm animals. I did
Yeah.
even zoo animals. It was great to be surrounded with. And the good part is that they all are looking for connection.
Yeah.
And if we did that a little bit more, that's where we open up.
Mhm.
And over, like, I did 30 years of dog training, and I started to see that we're trying to train the dogs, but actually, they are helping us to awaken to who we are and that we can just be who we are. Sometimes we forget, we don't even know anymore who we are. But with the whole help of them, we start to figuring that out, trust it, believe in ourselves. And that's where the awakening begins. And that's what brought me here. So now it is about connection instead of control. It's about feeling the feelings instead of fixing them. And
Mm.
it's about taking responsibility instead of reacting because there's enough reaction in this world. And the people say over the last couple years, we have more reactive dogs. It's only because we are more reactive, so we see it. They're
Yeah.
just mirroring it to us. So if you think that you have a reactive dog, look in the mirror because maybe you're reacting more as well.
Yeah. So true. It's such a sacred relationship. And all of you are talking about this like a relationship with death, a relationship with other people, relationship with the animals. And it's a mirror. Like you can see your own awakening happening through it. Ariana, that's why I love the work that you do. And in particular, you stand for dog owners being able to stop the barking of their dog without shock collars. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Oh, yeah, please. Because parking is one of the biggest challenges that we have these days. Because everybody is like annoyed by the barking. And I right now work with a woman that just moved to an apartment and her dog is barking and she feels ashamed and she feels all the feelings, but she's not working on the feelings. She's working that her dog is barking. So she shuts her dog down. You know what came out when we talked to each other? That her, as a kid, she was shut down from the start. And
Yeah.
it's literally what her dog is mirroring back.
Oh, so true.
So barking is so much more than just the noise.
Yeah.
And one of my talks, I have three parts, but the last part of the talks is from barking to belonging.
Hmm.
What if it would be just a message to belong?
Barking to belonging, everyone. So beautiful. So, how you find the talks of these amazing speakers, because that's the main event of this festival, is that these speakers are giving you their transmissions. They're like mini potent workshops that you can take in and just have total shifts happen. Is search their names in the little search bar. It looks like a magnifying glass. Search their names, and you can find all of what they're offering as part of this festival. It's so beautiful. So I'd like to ask each of you for like a little teaching. Like, what can you give women right now who are on a path of awakening? Something that they could do like in their homes today or like within the next 24 hours, some like little practice. What's a potent teaching? Maybe some secret that you're going to tell us or some behind the scenes. What's a teaching that you would like all the women here in Women's Spirit Festival to be able to do? Stacey, are you ready to start us off with that one?
Well, I think I am because it feels like for me the biggest teaching for you is to not give up on yourself
Yeah.
and just always be, yes, I can. And when I set a mantra or I set my intentions, you know, when you sign a contract, there's always that fine line. So when I set my intentions, my fine line is always, or something better. So help me to do this or something better. And on the back end of that, when you're manifesting something, this was me anyway. This is what I would want, but I'll settle for this. And you know what I was manifesting? I wasn't manifesting
Less.
the big picture. I was manifesting, or I'll take this. And it just taught me that things are shifting. Yes, I can. And look at the big picture.
Yeah.
It's coming. It may
Mm.
shift, but or something better.
Or something better. Write that in the chat, everyone. Something
Yeah,
better. We stay open to something better. Stacy, you also have a resource for everyone. Let's talk about that.
I do. So I wrote a book. My head knows, but my heart still hurts. It's a 30-day grief recovery journal to help you remember your loved ones. A lot of my clients would say, I'm so afraid I'm going to forget. So I've got prompts to help you remember what was the funniest story, what was a trip that we took. And I have little God winks in there that remind me as well. But there's also a chapter in here on songs because songs are important. But the most important thing is self-care. When a loved one of yours passes, you've got, I mean, the next day you're at the funeral home and you're doing this and you're fielding calls but this gives you permission for yourself to say, I need a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Can you just come over and answer the phones? I need to go take a shower.
Yeah.
And it just gives you some helpful hints of things that you can say, it's okay if I do that. Because
Hmm.
we don't think it's okay. We're busy. And we're busy because we're deflecting grief.
Yes.
So I've got a whole chapter on self care that if you put self care in the comments, I will send you that free chapter.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah.
The whole chapter puts self-care in the comments, everyone. Thank you for that beautiful gift. And when I saw the title of your book, it just makes so much sense. My head knows, but my heart still hurts. So I'm excited for the whole thing. And that chapter, everyone, self-care. Free chapter
Yeah.
of the book. Put self-care in the comments. Thank you, Stacy. Bessie, let's go over to you. Teaching. What do you want all these women to be able to practice on their own at home?
You know, we come from stories, quote unquote. And it's so important to choose love over fear. And so I'm very mindful. So I think it's very important that when we are in our day, asking, or first of all, saying, I choose love today. I choose to be loving today towards myself and others. And so when there is this awareness, when you're not being loving, after you've chosen, there's going to be this ding, ding, ding. This is creating new neural pathways in your brain. But when let's let go of the stories of whatever that is and learn to choose love over fear because our defenses are really fear based. So let's choose love over fear and just allow that in your heart and just open up your heart to love.
Choose love. Somebody write that in the chat right now. Choose love. And sometimes it's not easy, but that's the work. There's power in it. So this is beautiful. And Bessie, what is the resource that you have for everyone?
So I have a chakra quiz or an assessment, and it's a free quiz. And the chakras are like I call it the energetic floppy disks in our body. And they give us information. So if there's like my throat chakra was really blocked from stories, and I've learned that it was so important to be able to open up my throat chakra. So the quiz is having you just take the quiz. There's certain questions, and at the end of the quiz, it gives you some information about where your energy is. And so it's totally free. And if you type chakra in the comments, I can send you the
Chakra,
quiz. Yeah, chakra.
chakra.
Chakra in the comments, everybody, and you'll get that quiz. And I love quizzes and assessments because it lets you know where you're really at and where you can move forward to. And Bessie's work is so beautiful, it's so powerful. Type chakra in the comments down below right now, and she'll connect with you personally. I love this about Women's Spirit Festival is that you all get to connect personally with these amazing authors and speakers. It's really incredible. So put chakra in the comments, everyone.
I'll be going
Ariana,
back doing that.
right? Yeah,
Yes,
all of you will be going back getting each other's
of
gifts. This
course.
is so fun.
Yeah. Yes.
I love it. Ariana, what is your teaching for all of these incredible women?
Oh, I love it so far. I need to connect with all of you because I need to put all the free gifts in. Those are gold, isn't it? Um, I have a teaching that you can do right now. As soon as you see a challenge in your dog, I want you to stop and breathe. Close your eyes. And in that moment, feel your body. Feel what is that telling you? Because there is your message. There is your teaching. There is your awakening. And it all starts with awareness. So don't judge yourself. Don't feel ashamed. It's only a message.
Oh, stop and breathe. And your teaching is right there, everyone. Put the word breathe in the comments down below. If you all know that you need to slow down, just take that breath. As soon as you did it, I'm not thinking about a dog right now. I don't have a dog right now, but just that pause of awareness is so powerful. So thanks, Ariana, for that. And what's the resource that you have for everyone?
Awareness is everything. You have a quiz, Bessie. I love that. And you have a great resource that I need too. And what I have is the energetic leadership map. It has only 5 questions. It costs you only 2 minutes to answer 5 questions, and you will know what kind of leader you are. And when you know, you can do something with it. And all the information is in there. So I ask you, do you want to know? And then you can choose. So put leader in the chat. Leader to get the energetic leadership shift. And even
Beautiful.
if you don't have a dog, it's still good to know what kind of leader you are.
Right? Because maybe they're leading their family or they have a cat or something like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because
But
our
it's for me,
energy.
it's so easy to do it for dogs. But I have 4 teenagers right now, and it's the same. I can tell you, it's the same. They teach me as much as my dog taught me. They teach me every day.
Oh my goodness. You got your hands full. So put leader in the chat, everyone. Put
Yes.
the word leader in the chat. I love this. And how our audience can interact with our speakers. It is so powerful. And I love this so much. And ladies, these women have talks that are happening inside the festival. So let's chat about that. What can people expect when they seek your talks? Bessie, let's begin with you. What are people expecting when they can listen into your beautiful talks? They're like mini potent workshops.
Well, I have a three-part framework, the art of spiritual living, ART. And A is awareness, like Ariana was talking about. Yes, and so A is awareness. It's like the more that you can just breathe and settle in, be aware of what's your thinking. Maybe tune in to your intuition. Where are you getting those messages in your body? I mean, you may be hearing it, feeling it. So it's learning how to be able to stop in the midst of life and just breathe and just listen and be aware. And the R is once you've gotten those stories and you're aware of those stories that don't belong with you anymore, learning how to be able to release them. And the T is transforming them. How do you be able to transform your
Mm,
life? Because if you're a spiritual seeker, someone who's very intuitive, it's important to be able to transform and trust your intuition, because the more that you can trust you, the more that you can empower yourself to be this beautiful light being that you can bring your gifts into the world. And so I just love the work that I do. It allows people, the women, to just learn how to empower their lives and learn to trust their intuition so they can move forward and just be this empowered.
Beautiful. I love this. So you can find this three-part series, everyone, right here in Women's Spirit Festival. So just go to that little search bar, type in Bessie Estonactoc, and you will find all of her talks come up. And it's like these are more than just talks. These are potent transmissions. Think about them as workshops. And I invite you all to invite a sister, a friend, a colleague, a relative who you know would benefit from this event. Just press that invite button right now and invite them into this incredible event. It is completely free for you all to access, but time is running out. So make sure you press that invite button. Thanks, Bessie. All right, Stacy, what are your talks about?
Before I tell you about my talks, I'm just going to give a little review. So, Ariana, I listened to your talk, and I don't know if you remember where I said about I have two Chihuahuas, I have a sassy boy, and I sent you a
Yes.
picture of him. And it's funny when
Yes.
you were just saying that they reflect their owners. Oh my God, both my husband and I are very sassy and very loud. So one of our Chihuahuas is very grateful for everything, and the other one, the sassy boy, is entitled. And when you were like, oh, well, they reflect, I'm like, oh my gosh, do I growl before I go to sleep at night? I kind of do. So I just want to kind of like put that out there to you that it was a different, I enjoy his sass, but whatever. But I just wanted to let you know I was the one that showed you the sassy boy.
Oh, I feel like we
I
should
love
hear
that.
I feel like we should hear Ariana's talks right now because that was a perfect setup.
You go right ahead. If you want to go to her and then come back to me, that's
Let's
fine.
go there. So Ariana is
Yes.
obviously doing some great talks that are already providing conscious dog owners with awakening. So Ariana, what can we expect from your talks?
All right, but we didn't have heard from Stacy yet what her talks
Yeah,
were.
we're coming
So
back to
I,
her. She set you up
okay,
perfectly.
perfect.
You're coming
Okay,
back to me. I
Give her
set
lots
perfect.
you
of
up.
time.
Okay. I love that. And thank you for bringing this up. And I hear this all the time. When people start to be aware, they are like, oh my gosh, I never saw it that way. And that's the fun part. But now the strength is that we don't judge it and don't feel ashamed, right? Just take it in and be aware. So, my talks are all about how every dog lover can stop barking, no shock collar needed. It is about calm the noise by calming your energy. And it's in three parts and it helps you guide through first awareness, then the connection, and then the belonging. And it's literally guiding you to a part where when you see the belonging part, when you hear that part, you're like, oh my gosh, it's not just my dogs who want to belong, but it's me too. Because that's what we all want, right? We want to belong somewhere.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thanks, Ariana. So, everyone, you know what to do. Go to that little search icon, search Ariana, and her talks will come up and you can dive in. If you know a dog owner, invite them, tag them in the video. That's what's so fun about this event is that the talks are happening, but then the comments below, those are live and interactive, and our speakers are right in there with you. So,
Yeah.
it's so
We all
connected.
come back to you there.
Right? Speaking about connection, it's so
Yes.
connecting. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for that.
Thank you, Stacy, for bringing it up.
And that's what's so fun
Absolutely.
about these is that it's kind of like a round table here. Stacy, speaking about connection, let's hear about what you're talking about in the event.
So I have two parts. The first part, I'm talking about my experience before I knew that I was a medium. And the talk is entitled, I Spoke to a Medium for a Year, One Night. Because after I spoke to her, that year afterwards was just life-changing for me. And I don't guarantee that that's going to be everyone's experience, but sometimes I feel it's important when you're seeking out a medium is to get one that's referred to you
Mhm.
because there are a lot of good mediums and there's a lot of bad mediums. There's a lot of good doctors, there's a lot of bad doctors. It always goes one way or another. But if I can tell you what my experience was and how it enlightened me and changed my life, I feel like it's important for you to see me as a person and not as just a woo-woo person.
Yeah.
That's why I explain that. And then in my second talk, I do spiritual translation. And being an evidential medium, a lot of my clients will say, well, what do you mean by evidential medium? Well, I'm giving you evidence. Well, don't they all give evidence? No, some say, oh, your grandmother is here. She loved you very much and she's okay. Where I'm going to say, I've got a father, he passed of a heart attack the month of February. I'm giving you evidence
Wow.
before I know that this is who it is. But what I found is when I say I do spiritual translation, it's easier for them to understand. I'm translating what spirit is sending to you. John Holland is one of my mentors, and he always says, from spirit through spirit to spirit. It's
Mm.
not me, it's them. And if I can give you that translation, then you can translate it yourself. And we talked about what certain signs mean for everyone. We all have our own emotional Rolodex. So, the Wizard of Oz means one thing for a friend of mine, and it means something different for me. So if she sees that, she thinks of one thing, I think of that's translating spirit
Yes.
because it brings that emotion. So I'm I just have a strong ability in it that you can have as well if you feel drawn to this and you work on it.
Mm.
It's an ability, it's a gift, but it's an ability that I take very seriously. And that's where what I show in the second series when I'm pulling cards and I'm explaining what I'm seeing and what it means to me. So it's kind of a teaching lesson on I'm not special. I just listen a little bit harder. And you can listen that hard too.
Yeah. Stacey,
Yeah.
thank you for that. I'm really excited to dive into that one. So everyone, you know what to do. Just type in Stacey Niedenthal or Connecting to Spirit, and you'll see her talks come up. And it's like it's for spiritual awakening school, and it's all here for you. And Stacey, I love the grounded way that you bring this forward. Like sometimes people are like, embrace the woo woo, but you're not so woo woo that it's all out there. It's like grounded woo, and I love it. Like it
Yeah.
feels like we can
Oh,
lean into this and trust it.
mm, no,
Yeah.
thank you. I try.
Let's have a little bit of an
Yeah.
open conversation for the next few minutes, ladies. Like,
Mm,
what do you want to say? What do you want to say to each other? What do you want to ask each
mm,
other? That's what's a fun part of these panels. It's just
uh,
like we're sitting around having tea. Who wants to go?
I'd like to
mm,
just mention something to Ariana. I don't have a dog, but my daughter has a dog. Her name is Lulu, and she's taught me a lot about unconditional love. She'll every time I come in, she's like wanting to jump on me, and she's like, she just and then when I'm sitting down on the couch, she lays down on her back, and it's like, give me some love. And
mm.
she just soaks it all in. So I love how dogs really teach us so much about unconditional love. It's just a beautiful thing. And so thank you for that. And I'm definitely going to get your free gift because she's a barker. I mean, she has some Labrador. She has some Labrador in her, so she's like she wants to make sure that everybody's safe, but she just barks all over the place.
All
So
right.
I'm going to get your free gift.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
And Stacy,
The dogs are, yes.
yeah, I just love what you do. I mean, it just really
Oh,
speaks to my heart as well. Um, I remember way 40 years ago, I was actually rocking my daughter to sleep, and all of a sudden I felt this jerk in my head, and then I heard information come through like, I'm your guide. I'm your guide in this life. My name's Martha. And so it's like, I think that's things just started just swirling around, and I've just been able to just kind of like grow. And I love your story because I used to think I'm woo, I'm weird, but no, no way, Jose. Just having these gifts is a beautiful thing. And yeah, I just wanted to just I haven't been able to listen to your talks, and I definitely am because you both bring such beautiful gifts to the world. So thank you. Yeah.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been, I'm like soaking in everybody's speech or their talks and their stories, and it's so inspiring that we have this platform to speak on. And Bessie, if I remember correctly, you had the monarch butterfly or something. So my friend that I was talking about raises monarch butterflies, and we do butterfly releases. And it is not a coincidence that your name is also Bessie, which was my grandmother's name.
Oh,
So I put those two together when I saw like the monarch, and I'm like, oh, my friend would like this. Oh, her name's Bessie. I need to watch this. I
oh,
instantly was like drawn to you, and that you do like grief education is just, it's so important because it's something that it's hard to talk about, but let's face it, every day we live is a closer day to our end of the race.
So
right.
true. And the two of you,
So
the work that you do is actually like very complementary. I was noticing that.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
I
I
know.
could
And I
see a
love
collab.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I just want to say. I love all you do because we're just talking about death from human, but how many dog people stay stuck when
Mhm.
their dogs die?
Yeah.
Not because their dogs are gone, because they identify with that dog
Yeah.
and they cannot
Yeah,
go further.
And sometimes we don't let the whole grief process happen when it's a pet versus a human, but
Yeah,
it's just the same.
right.
I know. So we
Yeah.
need each other. I would love to invite you for some collaboration because I think you both can do
Yeah,
something
beautiful.
in my community too. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Stacey, have you ever
Yeah.
done readings for pets, or do you know any other readers who specialize in that?
I do know readers who are more versed at it than I am.
Nice. I'm sure
So
people
there
could
are
look up.
times when, yes, um, but I've had times when I'm doing a reading when a dog will come through.
Wow.
And I've done healings on animals. And this, like horses are like the most gentle creature, but they're also big and they can be intimidating. And this one, his name was Kai. And the name, just the name Kai has so much responsibility. It's the warrior, it's all this. And this woman was having problems with this horse. And in my mind, I visualized the horse and I just put my arms out. And in my mind, he came to my shoulder. Well, when I went to meet with her with the horse, I put my arms out and she goes, oh, and he came right over. And it was like we were old friends because I had been speaking to him through sending healing, and his story that he told me that I shared with her, she could validate so much stuff that it was
Oh,
amazing.
very, very cool. There's
I
so
love
many
that.
connections and so many threads woven. It's really, really beautiful. Ladies, this panel has been just like the sweetest, relaxing connection time. I've really enjoyed this. If you've been enjoying this, put me in the comments down below, everybody. If you've been enjoying the synergy and connection and beauty here, as we start to wrap up, what's something that you want all the women here in this event to always know and remember? Something you want all the women here to always know and remember. Who wants to start us off?
I have this quote that's right in front of me. Well, it's right there, and I'm going to read it because it just reminds me every day. As you step back into your day, may you remember that death is not to be feared but honored, and that every breath is a sacred chance to live more fully, love more deeply, and leave with no regrets.
Mm.
So beautiful. Thanks for that, Bessie. Somebody write no regrets in the comments down below. It helps us to live our life more fully, knowing and being okay with speaking about death in that process. Thanks, Bessie. Who wants to go next?
One of my main passions that I say all the time, and I want to embed it in everyone's head, is that together we can help heal the world one person at a time, because it is that butterfly effect. And Bob Marley said it best when he said, live the life you love and love the life you live. And when you are able to do that, you're healing the world one person at a time.
Mm, yeah. One person at a time. Somebody write that in the chat. That's really, really beautiful, Stacy. And it keeps us focused on the one thing that we can do. Because sometimes life and the world and all of it can feel like overwhelming chaos, but that just grounds it into one person at a time, one thing at a time. Beautiful. Ariana, what about you?
Yeah, and that's kind of adding up to this part is my mission is helping this world change to a better world with one dog at a time. So it's not just the people, but it's also the dogs who help
That's
us.
right.
So
Mm.
inspire instead of control, because that is what the world needs.
Yeah. Oh, I love this.
Mm.
Synergy and connection. Absolutely beautiful. Put inspire in the comments, everyone. Inspire rather than control. So you know what to do, everybody. Invite women into this event. This is powerful. These sacred teachings are available to women across the planet without barrier because of what our speakers are giving. And can you see how much our speakers are giving? So powerful. So put love in the comments, put thank you in the comments. Do it right now. Put love and thank you in the comments for them. That's how we give them a round of applause. So write the word love, write the word thank you, and remember to connect with these women. You can search them, you can follow them, you can friend request them, you can have private messages with them. Like you can truly connect with our speakers. And our speakers will be back here in the chat with you also. Probably as you're writing in the chat, they're like right here
We're all
alongside of
coming
you.
back.
Yeah, they'll be back. They're
Yeah.
writing alongside you. So search their names, look for their videos and their talks, their beautiful transmissions. So search those, connect with them. To connect with Bessie, write chakra. Connect with Ariana, write leader. And to connect with Stacy, write what was the word?
Self-care.
Self-care. Self-care, right? Self-care in the chat. Ladies, I want to say thank
Yes.
you to each one of you. Bessie, Ariana, Stacy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
You.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was beautiful.
God bless.
Mhm.
Yay.
Isn't this fun? It just was
Yes.
so sweet to be
Yes.
together. We love this. So we're going to continue the conversation. Everyone, thank our speakers again. Thank you, speakers. This has been so sweet. And
Thank
everybody
you.
who's watching, thank you all for being the best part of Women's Spirit Festival. We love you. Bye, everybody.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.